Okay, now that you have installed Photoshop and then you have it running on your machine, if you haven't created a shortcut, then I guess Photoshop is going to be in your start menu. But then if you have created a shortcut, then it's going to be like sitting on your desktop here. But if you have, then maybe just click on it on your, if you have created a shortcut, just click on it on your desktop and then let's go. But if you haven't, then hit your start button here and then navigate to where it is. If you still don't see it, then just click your search button here and then type here Photoshop. It will pop up, then you click on it and then it will open. So let's do that. Okay, so guys, we are in Photoshop. This is your world of possibility. Photoshop is where you can do a lot of things. Almost everything is possible in Photoshop. As long as you know your way around it, you can create your tools. Now, there are some specific things that you might not be able to create in Photoshop, but trust me, almost everything is able to. You can create it. Once you are good in Photoshop, you can create everything. So I call this your world of possibilities. It is actually a very, very powerful software. Yeah. So to not waste any much time here, I would like us to begin by talking about the interface for Photoshop. Okay, how the interface works. I would like us to talk about it. For the starters, I would like to talk about this side of Photoshop, this side here, and what it does. Okay, now the things you see here are your tools in Photoshop. These are the things that you'll be working with most of the time in Photoshop. Almost every work you get and want to do, almost every design you'll be doing in Photoshop, you'll be working with this. And these are your tools, and they are sitting on where they are is called the toolbar. Okay, so these are your tools sitting on your toolbar. Now the bar here is your option bar. I will explain that in a bit. And then the bar here also is your menu bar. Now coming to the option bar, like I said, this bar here are just like extra features for the tools you see here. Okay, now each time we click a tool here, you will see that it will have a corresponding chain here. So in a way, each tool over here has an extended side here, just to tell us that, oh, this is the extra features that the tool here has. Okay, it's like it's an extended feature. So if you click each of them here, it has a corresponding chain here. Now let's see what I'm talking about. Okay, if you click here, you can see that it is changing. If you click here, you can see that this one changed. If you click here, you can see that it changes. If you click here, it changes. Okay, if you click here, you see that it changes. Now that is what I'm trying to tell you. So if you run through everything here, you can see that each time you click a tool, it has a corresponding change over here. Okay, an extension, extra features, extra thing that you can do with this tool. Now let's do this. Let me just take you through all, then you see how it changes. Watch. Good. You can see that they are all changing. You can see that they are all changing. You can see changes here. Good. That is it. Now there is this extra thing that I want to teach you. There's this extra thing that I want to talk to you about. Don't worry about it because I've clicked the type tool, so it is initializing. Okay. Now what I want to talk about here is that if you take a critical look at it, you can see that apart from the move tool and then the zoom tool, the rest of the tools here have some small arrow at their side. Okay, that only means that this has extra groups or is in a group, and then it has some tools beneath it. Okay, and if you right click here as I did, you could see that these here, the tools have opened. There's a pop-up. Okay, now these here are the extra tools that I was talking about. Now why are they in group? It's only to tell you that they perform similarly. Okay, they are never the same. Actually, they're not the same, but they perform similarly. They are not the same, and you can see that for yourself that this one is like a circle, and then this one is standing straight, this one is lying down, like something like that. So that is a balance. Like in performance, once you know how to use one, you could easily transfer that usage to the other ones. Okay, so it's like that is why they are in group. So each of them here, if there's that small arrow beneath it or beside it, it means that that particular one is in a group, and it has extra tools as well. Okay, so you can see this. You can see, let's just do some randomly. You can see good. You can see that they all have extra tools. Okay, now that is it for it. That is it for this, the toolbar. Okay, now let's come to this side. Now this side of Photoshop is also very important in the sense that this is where all your works that you're doing in Photoshop will be sitting. Okay, now Photoshop work in layers, so all the works you be doing, everything that you do in Photoshop will be happening here. Once you use your tools and creating, you'll be creating them on layers. Okay, and all the layers you'll be creating will also be lying on the canvas. All right, the canvas can be taken like a paper. I think we will talk about that over here. Now, so with that is about this panel here, the workspace here. That is it. Now this your workspace, like I said, include that include your layers. This over here, you could see that there are some other features here like channels, path, and these are just extra, let's say, extra tools for you to use in addition to your designs. Okay, these are extra tools that you can use to make your designs nicer actually. But these adjustment layers, for some photographers use this a lot. Okay, and these are your layer styles. You can also use this one for extra works that you want to create. Now if this over here, you can use this to expand your panels. Okay, good. You see, if you click on it, you've expanded them. If you collapse it, that can go. You can even collapse this whole place, but if you want to do that, you can see these small two arrows here. If you click on them, you collapse it. If you click on them back again, you have expanded it again. Now that is just in a nutshell this. Now over here, this is your application frame. Okay, this place here, this space here is your application frame. This frame here can be compared to the artist board. Kind of like this is a board where like artists create their works. This is where they put their paper and then work. Okay, now the canvas that I was talking about is equal to the artist's paper before, where they actually do their actual work, where they do their painting and everything. So the canvas will be sitting right here. Okay, now I keep talking about canvas and I keep talking about layers. How do we create one? There are two ways actually. In fact, there are many ways you can do that, but then the shortest I can show you, the shortest that I know, is what I'm going to show you here. I have two ways that I do that. One is you go here, hit file, and then you click on new. Good. Now it has bring us this. Now over here, you can give it your name. This tape here, this space here, you can give it your name. So we are going to write here Photoshop tutorial. I'll make it short tut. And then here you can if you want to do your own thing, there are presets here. Maybe you want to use the preset, for instance, you can use the EOS paper preset. Preset is just something that already exists in Photoshop. A preset is something that is there by default. You can use it. You don't have to hustle creating your own stuff. But the truth is, I don't really use presets. I use my own stuff because most of the works doesn't come with most of the work I do doesn't come with this preset size. I have to use my own one. If you want to use a mobile device preset, why not? You see, it has given you now. If you notice that anytime you click a preset, it comes with its own. Meaning it is default. It comes already. You can change it if you want. Good. Maybe. But once you change it, remember it will go to a custom. It's no more the preset. Okay. Good. So that is it. If you want photo, you see it also comes with its own sizes. If you want, let's say web comes with also its own sizes. You see. Okay. Cool. Now I want to talk about. Let's go back to custom. I want to talk about I want to talk about the table here. This table here, it helps us. This here help us to size our image. Okay, so maybe you want to create a custom size, so you want to size of your image. Most of the time I'll go with 4. Let's use 4 by 4. So we create 4 by 4. So then I think we want to use pixels. Okay, inches. Oh, sorry, I think that happened because we should have set this before coming here. Okay, good. So we are going to change it back to 4. Okay, that is it. Now I wouldn't be talking about RGB. The truth is, RGB, you can use RGB for let's say web works, but for print, if you are going to print it, you should be aiming at CMYK. Okay, but I will talk about that in details. I will make another tutorial for that, and this one here too, I will make another tutorial for that. But for now, let's concentrate on this side. Now, if you want to use, you can use this one. By default, Photoshop will give you a white paper-like look. Okay, for your canvas where you want to work with. Photoshop is going to give you a white look. But if you don't want that, you want to have a transparent background, you don't want anything appearing at the background, you want to just export your raw work, you can use transparent. But if you don't want that, if you want the color to appear other than any other color other than white, you can use here. But most of the time I prefer you go with the default one, which is white. Okay, good. So now we are choosing that. Now we are done with this. Don't worry about this other aspect of it, this other aspect. Okay, now you just as you are done, you hit okay. So you see, good, you see that Photoshop has created it for us. So now with this, don't worry about what I did before this one comes. I will before it has expanded, I will show you that in a bit. Okay, now that we are here, you see that I was telling you earlier that if we do anything in Photoshop, it will appear here as a layer. Right now, you see, as you have created our own canvas, the canvas we are working in, it has come here as what? A layer. Okay, good, it has come here as a layer. So now you can see that this layer here is locked. There's a padlock here, which means that it's locked. Now how do we unlock it? Well, you could double click on it and then just come here and hit OK. There are many ways you can actually unlock it though. Yes, you can. There are many ways you can unlock it, but this is the easiest way. So you can double click on it and then go ahead and then unlock it right there. And that's the simplest ways for now. As time goes on, I'll show you many means of doing just one thing can be done in Photoshop a lot of times. So as time goes on, I'll show you the many ways you can do a lot of things in Photoshop. Now that we have created our canvas, we are assuming that this is what we are done, and then we want to save our work. How do we do that in Photoshop? So we just there's a shortcut for you to do that, but I don't want to bore you with any shortcuts right now. We will be doing all that in a bit as time goes on. For now, this is just a high level overview of Photoshop. So you just come here, come to File, and then go down to Save As. It will give you this. Now, how do you want to save your work? If you want to save it as a Photoshop format so that you can rework it the next time, you can leave it as this. Okay, but if you want to save it as an image where you can use instantly, now you just click on it and then move to JPEG. Okay, most of the time you can use JPEG or PNG. Now I will explain the difference between these two later. Okay, and there are other stuff here. I will take my time and go through some. I'm not going to explain all, but I will go to some of them. But for now, you can save your work as PNG or JPEG. For now, we are going with JPEG. Okay, now just click JPEG and then maybe choose your location, choose where you want it to. For now, for convenience sake, I would like to save my work at the desktop. So we click desktop and then voila, click save. Then voila, we are gone. This thing will come, it will give you. Don't bother anytime this stuff come, you can just hit OK. Voila, we have saved our work. Okay, now let's go to the desktop to see if the work we have saved is there. Good, you can see that Photoshop tip. That's it right there. We have created our own work and then we have saved our work in Photoshop. Okay, now that is it for today, guys. Thank you very much for this session. The tutorial is becoming very long and I don't want you to be bored, so I will continue the next time. Now, the next tutorial we are going to look at how to import works into Photoshop, how to import images, in fact we are going to look at how to import stuff into Photoshop. So over there you are going to start having a real feel of Photoshop. You're going to start having real experience. You're going to start having real Photoshop experience. Okay, good. And we are also going to be talking about the move tool and also rectangular marquee tool as well. If there is time, if time permits, we'll talk about all that. Okay, thank you very much for your time. I very much appreciate it. It's not an easy thing to decide to do something alone. It's not easy. The decision making alone is very, very tough. Okay, and I'm very, very, very grateful for you guys being here today. Thank you very much. Catch you another time. Bye.